Hello, it is Nicole with Saorsa Studio, and today I'm going to give you a rundown of everything that you can access in your DSP app. So, as I mentioned, if you were watching the desktop tutorial, we also have an app for our studio which really helps you to streamline communication, how you're accessing information from the studio, all from your smartphone. So you're going to go into the Google Play or the Apple Store and you're going to download DSP Portal. You're going to use your login information. It's going to take you to this screen because once you log in, it will recognize that you're part of Saorsa Studio and we are ready to go. So the first tab you'll see here on the far left is your My Schedule button. Since I am an instructor and I do not have any classes on my schedule that I am actively taking, obviously I don't have anything here, but this is where you would see your list of classes for the week. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that any private lesson appointments are not going to show up on this calendar specifically. I'm going to show you where those are at later. So this is going to be your group class schedule. You'll be able to quickly see if you have class today or not. You'll be able to access all the information about your class, all that good stuff. So that is the weekly schedule tab. Next, we have our chats. So by having this app, you're going to receive push notifications from the studio, which is great. So you'll be able to access all your group chats from here. You can start a new chat by entering someone's name. If I wanted to message Kate, I can message her here. You can make a group chat with your dancers' dance friends, whatever you want. This is where you're going to access it. When we click on pay, so this is if you had any outstanding balances, this is where you're going to come to make an online payment. When we click into more, we're going to go through all of these one by one. It's basically all the same features that you can access all on the desktop version. It's just a little bit different names I find for this, but all the same regardless. So first of all, you can contact the studio. So this is if you want to send us an email. Second is buy event tickets. So if we have a recital or an event coming up, you can purchase your tickets directly through the app. Register for classes, so you can enroll in current classes or upcoming classes. This is where you can go to enroll in workshops, pop-ups, things like that. You'll be able to manage that all directly through your app. Also, if you are a 12-week session goer, then you can always register for the upcoming sessions. You can schedule trials if there's a class you want to check out. All of that can be done through the app. So we'll head back. Enroll in Autopay. So this is where you would go to enroll in automated billing. And this is for people who have like monthly payments, semester payments. This is where you go to make sure that we can process all the payments on your credit card. The studio calendar. So this is where it will show you your group classes. So again, you can go and see if you have a class that evening. I will also mention that your private lesson appointments will show up on this calendar. So this will include everything, your appointments, your group classes, any studio events that we've put into the calendar, they'll be in blue. You can see there's a Nicole calendar and an events calendar in 2 different colors. So that will all show up on here. You can look at it for the day, you can look at it for the month, see what's coming up. So as you can see here, we have a crazy hair week. We make note of the last day of first semester, first day of second semester. So just things like that, you can keep in touch and keep up to date on what's happening at the studio. Private lessons. So this is where you'll come to schedule an appointment. So you can see all the appointment options here, a private lesson with Nicole, private lesson with Callum, etc. You would select which one you want to do. And this will take you to booking an appointment with, in this case, myself, with Nicole, and it will show you my upcoming availability. You can click on that, and you can click an available appointment time. This is also where you can manage your appointments. So you'll see if you click My Appointments, this would have a list of all of your upcoming private lesson appointments. All right, now on to shared files. So this is very similar to what it looks like in the desktop version. We have shared files, which is what has been shared with the entire studio, class files, which has been shared with your classes specifically, and class music. So if we have choreography music or anything like that, this is where this will be uploaded. Next is the studio store. So you can come online and purchase your dance shoes directly from here. That's one of the things that we have in our online store. When you click into the type of shoe, you'll see we did go ahead and take some bottom of the shoe measurements. That way you can measure your dancer's foot, look at the sizing, and then pick an appropriate size. So this will show you what we currently have in stock, what the sizes are, and you can easily purchase, and then we'll set them aside for you at the studio. I'm just going to go into the studio store one more time to show you the other thing that we offer and how to purchase. So for competitive services, we also have competition video feedback. So if you wanted to video your dances at a competition and then have a list of corrections and areas for improvement from an instructor, this is where you would go to buy that. We'll email you next steps. So all of that can be purchased in the online store, which makes things really convenient. You can manage your own purchases, which is great. Your account details, so this is just where you would go to enter your information. And I also want to draw special attention to family contacts. So if there are multiple people in your family who want to be accessing the emails from the studio, etc., please add them here, and then they'll be added to the lines of communication from the studio. Change my password is fairly self-explanatory. I won't go into that, but you can change your account password. Your account history, so if you're looking for statements, if you need the receipts for whatever, this is where you're going to go, and you'll be able to download all of your statements and use that as your receipts from the studio. Next, we have my students. So if you have multiple family members, this is where you're going to go to add a student. You can register for classes, pay all online, all directly in here. So this is where you can manage your entire family's registrations. News and notes. So this has both our virtual bulletin. So messages is going to be studio announcements that we post. You'll receive an email that says you have new announcements, and this is where they will be posted. This is if we ever have to do like a quick reminder, or we have some information that we want to distribute in between monthly newsletters, that will be uploaded here. And then we also know that everyone is getting so many emails in the run of a day. So every email that you receive from the system, which is through our studio portal, will be summarized here. So you'll very easily be able to go back through and see what emails that you've received from the studio. I will mention that this is going to exclude any offside email chains you have with the studio. So if you were to email me directly through just regular email, it's not going to show up here. But when we send out like class notices or class information and we copy the whole class through the portal, that's what's going to show up here. All right, almost to the bottom here. So we have waiver and release. So these are the agreements that you sign on when you're registering for classes. So you can click through and you can always review those as needed. Something that has made our life so much easier at the studio is attendance. So you no longer have to email us separately to report an absence. The great thing is that you can simply click report absence. It will ask you which student is going to miss class. It will ask you which date. If you know you're going to be away for an entire week, go in and you can put all of your absences in. And what this will do is when your instructor is taking attendance, it will automatically update their electronic attendance form. So this is just really streamlining communication. We get a notification via email that says so-and-so has submitted an absence. Your instructor's notified. I'm notified as the studio owner. It updates the system. This is one of our favorite features. So make sure you're making use of this. And then that is basically it, because the only other thing left on your app is the log out to exit the app. So I hope that helps you kind of understand what all the capabilities of our So I hope that is helpful for you. That really highlights all of the capabilities of the app. We are really hoping to We've loved this app. We love having easy communication through the chat, having people book their appointments, having people submit their absences. It has just made things a lot easier. So definitely take advantage of the app. It just allows you to receive constant communication from the studio in a timely manner instead of having to constantly check your email. So thank you so much for joining in on this very quick tutorial. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out at hello@saorsastudio.ca and make sure that you download the app so that you never miss a memo from the studio. So I hope that is helpful for you. That really highlights all of the capabilities of the app. We've loved this app. We love having easy communication through the chat, having people book their appointments, having people submit their absences. Thank you so much for joining in on this very quick tutorial. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out at hello@saorsastudio.ca and make sure that you download the app so that you never miss a memo from the studio.